What's going on, y'all?
You. Okay.
Yo, we here.
What's going on?
Fight bookies.
I'm saying
We know y'all see something a little different than what you
a little
normally
different
used to
this week.
seeing, but
yeah.
it was too much to talk about to go ahead and skip this episode due to technical difficulties. So we had to come and bring y'all some heat nonetheless.
Absolutely. We bringing it with the audio.
Work.
Shout out to
man,
Flights
nonstop.
for bringing this together. You know what I'm saying? Keeping this thing. You got to give shout out where it's due.
Gotta shout her out.
You know
man.
what I mean?
Gotta
Let's
keep it
just
moving.
go. Let's get into it, man.
Let's get into it.
Oh yeah, so hold on, real quick introduction because they can't see us.
All right.
So
y'all
y'all-
should know the voices.
So
by
y'all know the
now.
voice, man. It's
Yeah.
$1 Million Fight, $1 Million Boxes Promotions, man. I'm your favorite fight bookie. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. We ain't get paid last night, but you know we still moving. Let's go.
This is Marcus, Ohio Runs Boxing. You already know what it is, and I'm one of your fight bookies. You know.
Lord Jomo, man, you know what I mean? Your heavy duty cutie, man. 1-4 for the almighty fight bookies, man.
Yeah, it's your boy, the Raspy King. You already know the guy, Alex. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? What y'all want to start with, man? We gotta get to it.
Shoot,
There's a couple
man.
stuff, man.
Let's talk about what everybody in the boxing community is talking about right now. Was it a low blow?
Man, let's get right to it.
Man,
Who want
listen,
to start off on that shit?
I'm gonna just go there and say it because when I seen it happen, if you were watching the fight live,
Yeah.
when it happened, the camera the angle they were on, it was to his back, so you can't see. You just see Dubois throw the uppercut to the body, and then you see him drop. The ref automatically called it a low blow. It wasn't until I seen the replay, I literally text Alex like, "Was that really a low blow?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nope." I
Nah,
said, "Okay, I ain't
gonna
think
say
so."
low blow, yeah.
Like, so I mean, shoot, I called it. It was right on the belt line.
Right.
You know, to me.
Now, what people are saying today is that the ref didn't define what was a low blow before the fight. So they're just saying below that it was up to his discretion. What do y'all feel about that? First of all, did you think
No.
you didn't think it was did everybody think it was a low blow? Did
I didn't
anybody
think it was a blow blow. I believe the referee was protecting the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just simple. I think the same thing would have happened. I know you don't want to hear this, but if Floyd got hit like that, and we know his referees that he rolls with, they would have first said, "Hey, that's got to be a low blow." I just think it rolled with the money. I think it was clearly a clean shot. I thought it was a clean shot.
Well, I mean, you know, it was biased because the ref was telling him, Usyk was like, "I'm ready." He was like, "No, take more time."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like-
you know, off top, that shit was biased.
Right.
And he
man.
saw-
Right.
he
That
sold-
was great point. Great
Yeah.
point.
He
Great
sold the
point.
hell out of that too, man. That nigga was shaking and everything. I'm like, oh, wait. But you know, one thing I did notice is he did not grab. He almost grabbed his stomach and crawled and went like this,
Yeah.
and he just sat back like this.
Yeah.
So to me, I mean, he sold it. Like
It was a good shot. By
it was
Dubois.
a veteran move
Yeah,
with
it was. That's
backing
what it was.
behind the company.
It was
man.
it was gamesmanship.
Uh-huh.
He got the shot hurt. You know what I mean? It was a knockout punch, man, or very much a knockdown punch at the least. And he seen the opportunity and he exploited it.
Yeah.
I'm not taking nothing from him being a veteran, man. Oh, by the way, y'all can't see us, but I'm just as handsome as I was last time I looked at me. I could tell by my voice. But that being said, man, it wasn't low at all. That weird dynamic of where you wear your shorts and stuff, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I seen a comment just about Taylor says your waist is at your belly button, an inch above your belly button. That's damn near your fucking chest. So I didn't understand that comment. I'm gonna acknowledge the stupidity of it, but it was a legal shot. He seen the opportunity and he exploited it. Yes, the money, but you know when they say people take the money, like my brethren said, you earn that right. You earn the benefit of the doubt. You know, Floyd gets benefit out because he put the fucking money, he put the work in. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, Jones gonna get a call. It's the fucking right. Magic never got called for charging, and he was just barreling down court, right? So, you earned that right, man. Shit wasn't low. You got caught. It happens in boxing. We all know it. And he seen an opportunity.
Now let me ask you this: if the ref would have said it was a legal knockdown, would Usyk have got up?
Yeah.
Or
He would have got up and still did the
He
same
was
got
thing.
up.
Remember, he was like, "I'm good. I'm already up." Remember, he was already up. He was like, yo, I'm good. Let's go.
I think
You
once
know
he
what I
seen
mean?
it was counted as a low blow,
Yeah,
he
then
took
he
that
was like,
opportunity to fully
Right.
recover.
So it wasn't a knockout blow then. It wasn't
No.
a pure
It was
knockout.
a knockdown blow.
Yeah, okay.
It stunned. It was a knockdown blow. She was a
Right.
powerful shot. But yo, the shot was good enough that it put him in jeopardy though.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why he played to it, because he was like, yo, I'm hurt. Like, I'm hurt, son, and he was in jeopardy. So that's really what happened.
Right.
Like, make no mistake about it, he was affected by the shot.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
We here. You know, there's a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, opinions on that fight, man, and who Usyk is, yo. You know, define him to me. What is he, man? What is he? Is he champion? Is he contender? What is he? Is he a great at the moment? What is he?
I respect him. I respect him. I think he's a good fighter. I think I said this before. I hate saying it, but styles like his, he can easily, let's say he can beat almost everybody in the heavyweight division. But it can be boring too. Like, wouldn't nobody care if Usyk reigned for 6 or 7 years? We wouldn't be caring about boxing. We need something that's going to be more interesting, more power.
Yeah.
Not,
Especially
it's
this
heavyweight.
era.
You know what I mean? And we, like I said, we seen Klitschko reign for 10 years and no one cared. It got to the point where people were coming out like WWF, like entrances, just to try to get people to be interested. You know, but I like Usyk. I just think we just need that. We need that balance. We need some other guys that can actually make it more interesting if he's dominant. Because I don't relate to him. I don't. I don't care if he's fighting too much sometimes. You know, I watch it, but if I miss it, I ain't gonna lose no sleep. It's sad to say, but
Was that the blueprint?
oh, absolutely.
Did we see the blueprint last
Absolutely.
night?
But I mean, I've always felt like that with guys like Usyk. That's very a good mover. You got to go to the body with him, and that's definitely going to be a lot of guys going to start going there. But that's definitely how you stop a guy like that with great movement. He's really good at that. So
Everybody says that's the go-to. Go to the body. You know what I mean? I always tell everybody all the time, go to the body, put you in harm's way. That's why it's so rarely done. That's the most talked about aspect of boxing, the most rarely done. It's like when you see an expert body puncher, and you know, they be like, oh, they're great, but it's a big deal. Because you really got to stay in there and get in harm's way. You know what I mean? It's a place no one wants to be. It's truly the kitchen. You know, I was just watching, I forget, a great 175-pounder. He was fighting his coach. And the blocking was superb. But you really got to be in the kitchen to catch these blocks. And that's what it is about the body shot.
But here's the thing. Most guys, when we talk about lateral movement, they're not great punchers. So you can be in the kitchen and take risks when you're going to the body, because most guys who are great lateral movement punchers, they don't have the great lateral movement and then can punch. I mean, it's rarely we find guys like Crawford, you know what I mean, that can, and the Boots, you know what I mean, that can really do those type of things. Those are rare guys. But most guys who I see that got great lateral movement, Chris Algieri, the Willie Monroe, you know, those great guys can move around the ring, but they ain't going, they're not gonna crack nothing either.
Those are great examples, man. The 2 gems he dropped, great. If you want, and let me ask you.
But this was Usyk's first knockout at heavyweight.
First knockout. That's why I was telling
Come on, man.
Look, she texted me before, like, should I bet the knockout out? Am I wrong by telling her to not bet the knockout?
I wouldn't have bet the knockout.
Thank you. Yeah.
I
took it back. I took it back, man. I would have tripled my money.
I stayed far away from that fight.
I would have tripled my money.
Hey,
It's all right, though.
But that's part of the risk,
But you
because he's not
understand,
known for taking. That's a
He's
good
not.
bet to take, though. If he's not known for getting knockouts, I mean, you could bet that. I mean, Du Bois was slow too. He's never been a guy that's just really been fast. So.
I didn't think he was gonna get the knockout.
Neither.
Right.
I thought Du Bois was gonna be a little bit more durable than that, but
Gotcha.
he definitely got out. So no, it was definitely a pick 'em. Like when it come to knockouts, I knew Usyk was gonna win. I just didn't know. I was more favoring him to get the decision.
That's what I said.
But the knockout, ooh, man, you'd have put some. Ooh, you got some money for that for sure.
Yeah.
You'd have definitely got some
Who
money
you
for
want to
that.
see Usyk fight, man?
Hold on. Let's go. Let's keep it moving because we've been on him for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Nico Ali
Washed up. Told y'all it was coming, man. Go back a couple episodes, y'all. I told y'all that nigga was trash, bro.
It was Ohio who ruined him at first, you know what I'm saying? We got that dub. So, you know, I talked to Danny. Shout out Danny, you know what I'm saying? He should have got the victory before this fight. Ali, man, I ain't gonna lie. I root for Ali because of his grandfather's name. You want to root for guys like that, man. You just hope
Why?
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 Because it's not easy I'm glad you asked that. It's not easy to carry the legacy name and fight after. I mean, even fathers. I mean,
No, I
Sugar
think we
Shane Mosley,
expected that anyway.
Sugar Shane Mosley, Aaron Pryor Jr. I can give you a list of fighters who can't carry
Ronnie
that
James.
freaking torch.
I mean, but that's I think the hardest thing.
That's why you root
is-
for it.
The hardest thing is being successful. Period. Like I think it's not easy having to work your way up and just naturally be talented and make it to that. But I feel like he had a
You got the resources though.
He has
See what I'm
the
saying? That's the
resources.
difference. He already has the resources. That's
exactly.
What,
So you saying it's not easy? It is. Like it's
Chavez.
easier.
no.
It's easier.
Yeah, he got more opportunity, but that does it's still pressure on him to try to be as good as his grandfather
It's
or
pressure
his
on every
father.
fighter
You
when
know,
they
listen,
get in
man.
that ring.
But not if
You
they
don't
got
think
not if they
you
got
don't think
somebody.
there's no benefit of being somebody's son.
Yeah,
or-
it get you in the
It
door.
is.
It get you
It
in
is
the
a
door.
benefit,
Yeah.
but it's.
It get
I'm
you
not
in the
saying it's
door.
no pressure, but I'm saying what's the difference between somebody who ain't got nothing and if they don't win this fight, they can, or you know what I mean, make a career at a successful career that they can't feed their family.
I think when it
Listen,
comes
man,
to being
exploit,
a boxer, though,
exploit
the
it, but don't
situation-
use it, man.
Yeah.
Exploit it, but don't use it. Use it to get you know, if you can get me in the door by using this, by name recognition, that's fine. But now, what you use it, now you added additional pressure. That's why I was kind of cheering for him a little bit.
Right.
But now that the pressure you're receiving from using the name, once you decide to use it, now you added a little more pressure because as you move on, it gives you more pressure. So now the pressure is live up to it, live up to it, live up to it.
Yeah.
I don't think he was absolutely a bum. And I think sometimes the bias of comparing him to his namesake, but that's the risk you take by using it.
Right.
I'm Camacho Jr., so we want to see Camacho Jr.
Right.
We
But
want to
check
see
it.
what they say about Bleak, the new improved Jay-Z. Bleak wasn't a bum, but you was,
That was a wild statement, though.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, my thing about Nico Ali Watts, I think he was a bum, man, because of his competition. He didn't perform well against these guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those fights were, like, not going his way the whole fight. You know what I mean? And he would get a knockout or something, but it wasn't like he was just killing these guys or outperforming them to some level where we thought he was going to beat somebody. He
Talented,
just,
not gifted.
I don't even think he's talented, bro. I think he's a product of matchmaking, man. I think he, you know what I'm saying, could have been in Ohio fighting Columbus, you know what I'm saying, fighting local and been the same shit. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? He
you
just
gotta open
anybody
door
you
for
could pull off the
celebrity
street.
boxing.
Never
Ohio,
seen anything
Nico.
that just stood
So
out
open
like,
door.
whoa,
Not
this
at
guy.
all.
Is, I get what
You
you're
know
saying.
what I'm saying?
I can see what you're saying about that. I think
As we say all the time, jump off the screen factor. Nah, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. But you know what?
he did the shuffling with the feet. You should just the feet
That
shuffle.
was
and,
stupid.
He
That
didn't
was
even do that right. He didn't even do that right.
That was absolutely stupid. Now,
looked like,
to me, that was a mockery of.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to play to it too much. That's a mockery of. That would have been akin to Kobe sticking his tongue out, even though there's no comparison to greatness here. But we always see the comparison. Let the comparison be natural. Don't really, you try to play to it too much, you make a mockery of it, you make a mockery of yourself. You doing this dumbass shuffle, you look off balance and stupid.
Yeah.
You're already using the name.
He looked like
to get in there.
Gabrielle Douglas doing the Dougie. Remember she did that shit? He looked corny, like, bro, you ain't even do it like with no soul.
Yeah, he
like,
did.
He looked stupid.
I think, but Top Rank would. I mean, let's just be honest. Top Rank wouldn't assign him if they didn't think they can use Ali's name to promote him. They wouldn't even assign the
That's
guy.
all it
You know what I
was.
mean?
That's
So
all it was.
there's this advantages he got right there,
So-
man. And that's what you try to root for guys like that because it's like you said, it's a lot of it is pressure. It's
The
pressure.
name accelerated. The name accelerated his path.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Where he's at and where he should be is two different things. He should be in the 6-round fights. He should be maybe in the 4-round fights. He should be there, but he shouldn't be on this stage. So the name accelerates your path. The problem is you have to put the work in. You know what I mean? If you come from North Carolina playing ball, we expect you to know what the fuck a 3-man weave is. And if you come from South High, you don't fucking know anything. So we expect that. So I think that's what happened. They accelerated progress right in front of a guy that was just. Son was just a fighter. He just got go. He was just a fighter.
No,
he wasn't backing
no,
up. He was there, right there with him. Ali was like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be intimidated. And you can almost see in his mind, he was thinking like, almost looking at his corner like, y'all was supposed to put a bum in front of me. I could almost feel like I could see that. Like, you're not supposed to be this good. You're not supposed to be this game. You're supposed to be, good enough, but I'm gonna win. You see, he expected to win. And don't forget, he rocked them in the fourth round.
First.
Nah, it was the fourth too.
Fourth,
right?
was it?
The fourth. Ali
he
rocked
rocked
him.
him
Son
right.
was
Yeah.
on wobbly legs.
He did, and he kept his head in
Fourth,
between
okay,
Ali's
yeah.
chest. That was
Listen,
another
son,
thing too, where
I
he was
felt
able
Ali
to
won
get a
round-
lot of more exchanges.
Ali won around 4 and 5 clearly. He lost 6, and what the judges see last, what you remember the most. And so I don't know if that happened, but 4 and 5, Ali clearly won. 6 he lost. He lost, I think, like the judges remember what they see the most. I think maybe the judges had a little bit low body. Fuck you, nigga. What the fuck is you?
No,
No.
I think. Go ahead.
No,
I think we're gonna say the same thing. I think they were held to a higher standard just because of his last fight. He arguably won that fight. He shouldn't have won, in my opinion. And I think they now, okay, we got to tighten up because we're not gonna keep letting this guy get by. And I think that's exactly what happened. And they had to have a little harsher system when it came to judging the fight. And I think that's what played in the part of the decision here.
Man, that's the epitome of suckers. Don't toughen up now against this bump.
Right.
Toughen
Right.
up on them big fights when it matter.
Yeah, no, you
stop,
right.
Stop now. Yo, we're gonna make a statement. Don't make a statement. I hate you. Don't rep your hood in your hood, nigga. You really want to rep this hood? Take your ass down the block. Like, don't make a statement now with him. Make a
Yeah. I
statement
think
when
that
other
was
people's,
it was the
you know
who
what I
he
mean?
lost to. I think, like I said, Danny would have been probably a better guy to lose to, but you lose to a guy like this, you really don't see those guys winning any other thing. I hate to say that because I know my boy Thomas
career
Matisse,
highlight moment.
he was able to win. He lost to a guy that I know won't even box again. Okay, and you see certain guys that comes in the ring that just want to check. This guy here, I never really heard of him. That who Ali was fighting,
Yeah,
but
I
you
never
can
heard of him.
see, huh? Have you?
Never heard of
I
him.
never heard him, but you can see he's one of those guys that take a lot of fights short notice that will be there just to get those checks and sometimes push you a little bit. But he's not supposed to win. He's just not. You can tell his technique was everywhere. It was off, bro.
Trash.
That's what we were saying. And again, that's what we were saying. Like, it looked like Ali was like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be this good. This was, you know, the routine. We're going to schedule the fight date, and we're going to find you an opponent. We're going to call, offer a guy a little more than he's ever got. Hey, we're going to give you 7,500.
Pull somebody from title.
Yeah, we're going to give you 7,500.
Pull a nigga from
Give you
title
7,500.
boxing. And that's who you fighting.
Hey, yo, this ain't new, man. Remember that shit back in the day in the Gladiators? They be like, yo, we got nobody for the Gladiators fight. You know, the great Gladiator movie. Go get the bums in the market. Throw them out there. Like, this shit's always been like this, God. This is not news. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nah, for sure.
But he ain't supposed to perform like that.
Yeah,
So
you
I
ain't
think
like,
that's
what
the
the fuck is you
matchmaking
doing?
is going to be very interesting to see what they do with Ali next because it don't get no easier than this matchmaking here. So
Let's
Yeah,
see
it's
what.
gonna be crazy.
Speaking of
He about to get
matchmaking,
3
man, we got a. I ain't gonna say a big fight. It's an interesting fight, man. We spoke on it briefly last week, and I want to say Marcus said that he didn't believe the fight will happen.
I said that too.
I did.
But we right here with it, man. Shakur Stevenson and
That shit
Frank
ain't gonna
Martin.
fucking happen.
Now they already,
that shit ain't
they
gonna
already,
fuck
they
with
already,
Well, they talking about it.
They
It
talking
ain't,
about
it
it.
ain't,
they already
it-
said it was.
You already
Shakur
seen-
said
You
it.
already seen the trap door, the purse bid in September 9th. You
I'm
already
a-
seen it, the purse bid. That shit ain't gonna fucking happen.
That's the reason why I think it's going to happen.
Man, fuck
The
out
only
that
reason why I thought this fight wasn't going to happen is because it was too early in their careers, and I thought they was going to build up for a cross promotion. But when the sanctioning bodies get involved, that's when we get.
Sanctioned bodies don't control the bread.
Hold on, I get you. But when the sanctioning bodies start to make these fights, that's why I think they should be consistent. They only pick and choose when they want to. I believe Bob went to the sanctioning bodies and got this fight for Shakur to mandate a fight with Frank. That's how he did with Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford before Terrence left Top Rank. He wanted to sit there and say, hey, I can get you this fight. Look, I got the fight with Sean through the sanctioning bodies. I can do it with Earl. You
This
get
is
what I'm
another
saying?
top ranked PBC. Yeah.
So that's the way you can get them. Now, do they still have to fight? No. You can sit there and say no. If there's no belt on the line, this is interesting because Shakur is a title. Is he a title holder right now? He's not a title holder yet.
135, nah.
135. See, this is what's so interesting. They're not even title holders. You know what I mean? And you getting these guys to mandate to fight each other. I think it's really a good look for Shakur. I think they're really trying to get a fight for him
It is a
to
great
boost
look for
him
Shakur.
up there with that Devin to get him ready. You know, if Devin want to fight him or not, because I always said he need that fight where we be like, he's here. You know what I mean?
I agree. But my rebuttal is this. They're not going to take the fight. That's why I refuse to get excited.
Who's not gonna take the fight?
They're not-
Frank
it's not
Frank
gonna
Martin.
happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
You don't think Frank gonna
listen,
take it?
Okay, listen. Outside of the fighters alone, I hate this. The sanctioned body. Like you said, they as selective as we said the judges are, right, or whatever. Like so, it's a great fight. We want to see it. I love to see it. Great test for both guys. Let's get the pecking order. I need to know if I'm better than you. I'm number one and you're number two. It needs to be. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be public, right? But is it? You should cause people. Is it worth it? Because he's in line to get a mega fight. Whether he fights, if he doesn't fight for another year or two, he got the name recognition and the pizzazz and the ticket draw and everything that you need to draw tickets. Do you let him take that fight and
I
risk
would.
taking some style?
Yeah.
Listen,
would.
listen. The risk versus reward. The reward is we knew you was nice. Nobody's surprised. You know what I'm saying? And it's a nice notch on your belt. The risk, do you risk taking some shine off that star?
I get what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you why you should, because Shakur is in a position where he can be like where Devin was. Devin was a champion and they were still ducking him.
Yeah, I get it.
because
I
of his
feel like
style.
Devin
You know what I
Shakur,
mean? So Shakur is in a position really he can't just pick and choose who he want to fight right now. Like, hey, I want Tank. You can't get Tank. I want Devin. You can't get Devin. He want Loma. What did Loma just say?
I know, yeah. I
You get what I'm
agree.
saying?
Everybody's
So he's
ducking.
forcing his hand because you talking about he's a title contender, but we don't see him getting a title shot in the foreseeable
He's not
future.
getting one.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because Haney got all the belts. So.
Everybody's ducking Shakur, girl.
But I just feel like this is a good fight. I think for them going this direction, I think they was trying to get the Loma. I think Bob was really trying to get Shakur and Loma in-house. Would have been more easier, and that would have been a more comparable fight with him and Devin. You know what I mean? That boosts his career, boosts his resume. But this Frank is really. I'm impressed with it. If I think the fight will happen because of the sanctioning bodies being involved. Now, can Frank say no? Bob, Al can say no. You know, hey, we don't want to take that fight, Bob. They can actually easily turn that down, but I don't think so. I think that's a lot of pressure on Al and Earl because it's really Earl's fighter, so it's going to be some pressure
is
on
the
them.
payday worth it?
I think on both sides it should be. They'll make it.
It ain't gonna be that much,
Get these
though. The
motherfuckers
pay ain't
$2
gonna be
million
that
a
high,
piece.
huh?
They about to give him $2
That's a
million
pay-per-view.
You crazy?
That's a
That-
pay-per-view
no.
fight.
a piece.
No,
It's a pay-per-view fight.
Shakur and Frank Martin. People don't
It's-
know Frank.
That is
Martin.
not a
It's a
Frank.
pay-
That is not a
But it's
pay-per-view
Shakur
fight.
Stevenson, man. He's been making the right moves, and you have to remember
That's not
now
pay-per-view.
Errol
No, it's not.
Spence. Errol Spence. This is my opinion. Errol Spence is at a point where now I can push my fighter. People don't know him, but now he can. Now they will.
I get it.
Fighting Shakur Stevenson too.
That's
Even
gonna be
Shakur done
F's.
know
fought
something?
Jamal Herring,
let me
that
ask y'all
wasn't
something.
pay-per-view.
Let me ask you something, man. Alex, I'll ask you.
I think that's gonna be good for ESPN or you know what I mean.
I heard a person say your name, your actual namesake, helps with your marketability and your appeal. Like what your parents choose to name you helps. Like if your name flows, nobody wants to see somebody named Frank Martin. He sounds like your plumber.
Right.
said a
Shakur
plumber?
Stevenson name pops off the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Yeah, even if Shakur Stevenson name that jumps. Well, that's a great name. Who's that? Somebody say Frank Martin. You think it's some Italian guy from Brooklyn. Who the fuck is this? That's not going. That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm Shakur, I'll be like, yeah, I'll take the fight. It's 70-30. I'll go the fuck away.
You said 7 million.
70-30. I'll go away.
Okay.
I'm 70-30. I'm Shakur. I pull my star power. 70-30. I'll go the fuck
But
away.
see, here's Frank. And Frank on the other end, he might got a little bit of negotiation power too. Once he realized this fighter needs me. This guy actually need. Who you gonna fight? Jermaine Ortiz. Is Jermaine Ortiz coming out to fight you? Yeah, I mean he got a fight
what I was
coming up.
thinking.
So
Or Navarrete.
You can take advantage of negotiation, knowing that fight. Al Heyman almost did the Terrence Crawford. He knew Terrence didn't have really that many options.
That's a great
You
negotiation.
know what I mean?
That's a great negotiating
Earl
standpoint.
bailed him out.
Listen, that's again, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate, right?
Right.
That's a great negotiation point when you fucking 47 or when you 36.
Right.
Shakur's like I'm 12 years old.
Yeah. I
When
get
you
you.
need me, fuck out of here, I'll wait. I'm 23 or whatever, I'll wait. Fuck out of here, I'll wait.
Who
So-
wins the fight?
That's exactly what I was going to go into next. Let's do it quickly.
Yeah.
The decision and method of victory and who wins. That's what I want to know. I want to
Shakur,
go.
I think
decision.
Shakur wins. I think it's going to be by decision. I think Frank could be durable enough, but Shakur he looked good in his last performance too, getting some knockdowns. I think he got a stoppage if I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it'll be a chess match. But I got Shakur. I definitely got Shakur. I don't have.
By decision? Okay.
Yeah.
Score decision.
I thought you was going to say he
Possible.
stop
We
him.
could stop him. I ain't putting it past him.
Derrick James. Let me say this too real quick. Derrick James has got 2 fighters on record saying their timing was off after the fight. Frank was one of them, and Earl Spence was another one. Their timing was off. His timing gonna be way off when he
Yeah,
fight.
The timing,
Right.
he
Time
Yeah,
him
it's
off
the
for
wrong.
fighting.
It's the
That's
wrong
on
time.
record.
Yeah, it's the wrong time to fight Shakur.
Yeah.
He's gonna be time to get his ass whipped. That's what it's gonna be. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Listen, man. I hope. No, I'll be watching for in that fight.
Jersey.
Absolutely. I'll be
Newark,
watching.
Brick City.
Big up to them. When I'm be watching for in that fight, is Shakur focused enough to stay invested? That's the only thing I'm looking for. Are you looking past him, or you gonna stay invested? I would love for someone to give Shakur the challenge to make him, like we always say, you know, you need that challenge to make you reach the next level. I would love for Martin to somehow tap that button in Shakur to make him really dial in and see, wow, we really want to see the greatness that he peaks at. We peeking through the curtain and see it. I would love for that to happen, like Spence did Crawford. Like I always say, Crawford need to thank Spence for making him level up, right? And you need that challenge. I would love for that to happen. The reality of it is, Frank Martin's going to be there. He's going to do better than expected. He's going to give Shakur the toughest fight that he's ever had, and Shakur's going to win easily. That's what's going to happen. It's gonna be, you're going to be the toughest nigga I beat up easily. You know what I mean? Like, damn,
Right.
he was tough to knock him out. It took me 3 punches instead of 1.
What you feeling, Flight? I know Frank Martin, your guy.
Nah, he is my guy for sure.
Your guy don't get
I'm
his
a
ass
realist.
whipped.
Listen, I'm a realist. I definitely got Shakur winning this fight. I think he's going to outclass him. I think it's going to give Frank Martin a name.
Yeah, all right.
I think it's going to give him a name. I think a lot more he's going to grow his fan base, and then they're going to have to, pivot after that. After the,
Let me tell you,
fight
Where does he go
Shakur.
after that?
Hey, yo, Alex. hold
After
on.
losing to Shakur?
Yeah.
It's going to be
That's
Frank
it. It
Martin.
depends on how he looks.
Yes.
I think it depends on how he
Probably another
performs.
tune up.
you know what's gonna
probably,
be- you know
he's
what's
there.
gonna-
He's there. I think he's there.
It's going to be Frank Martin, the guy Shakur beat up. That's
Nah.
his name.
Nah.
Fuck out of here. It's going to be,
It
that's
ain't
Frank
gonna-
Martin, the one Shakur beat up, right?
I think so,
Nah.
but
That's what's
my
gonna
thing
be.
is Shakur. But
That's
one-
his name
look,
factor now.
No, I
we
get
know
what
him
you-
because we like boxing. Nobody else fucking knows
Right,
him.
right.
Yeah,
I think it
nobody
would be
knows.
good on. It would be a good look on Shakur if Frank does good after the fight. I mean, you always, as a boxer, you always want to root for the guy you beat because he makes you look good. Canelo was dominating, and then all it did was make Floyd look great. I don't know why people used to be. I'm like, it make Floyd looks
Even
good.
greater.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
No matter what people try to say, as high as Canelo stock went, Floyd was going higher.
What's okay? Speaking on that, I'm a sidetrack like I always do.
I was about to say, yeah, we got a couple more things, but go ahead.
Yeah.
So, Canelo looked great after Floyd made him look pedestrian, right?
Yeah.
Who did that with Roy Jones? Who did Roy Jones do that to?
Tarver.
Tarver looked great after Roy Jones made him look pedestrian. Roy made Tarver look pedestrian.
I mean, he made him not
he made
pedestrian.
Canelo
He
look
made,
Roy did it at
Unready.
the B-Hop.
Listen, Floyd made Canelo look like, yo, you shouldn't even be in here. And then he went on to dominate. So like you said,
And James
who
Tony.
did Roy Jones do that to?
Tony and Hopkins.
And Hopkins.
Yeah.
He made them look normal.
Made
even
them
though
look normal.
But they went off after him.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
Again,
show you
I say that to bring that
Roy
back.
was
We need to show there's
special.
a difference
Roy
between.
was special. Man.
We need to show there's a difference between 1 and 2.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Floyd did. You're really nice. You're really good. You're just not like. We all watched the damn tape.
He did that to Pacquiao.
Yep.
Shit.
I was a big Floyd hater, so that's on the record. I was one of the biggest Floyd haters. I gave him his roses towards the last 2-3 fights of his career, but I enjoyed rooting against him. It was
People
fun.
hate- people hate
and
Floyd
it was
because they
also
say he's great.
fun being disappointed. So I was like,
The only
golly.
power we have about greatness is to be able to tell you you're great. We need to. That's what public needs to feel good by bestowing legend and greatness upon you. We want to say, Michael Jackson, you're the great. We want to say it. But if you say it, then we don't like you. Because the only really power we have over your talent is to judge it. The only power we have over your talent is to judge it. You know what I'm saying? I want to say, yo, you're great. And you graciously accept it. But if you come to me, that's what I'm great. Fuck out of here when you tell me. You know what Deion saying? It's like, I'm nice.
Yeah.
I'm undisputably nice. I'm the best cornerback to do it.
Right.
Fuck out of here. Like, no, Deion, you can't say that. Let us. Because the only way we can do that. And that's what people piss Floyd off. Floyd's right.
Yeah, that's what
Floyd's like, I'm an American success story.
Yeah.
I'm a high school dropout. I'm from the slums, and I'm where I'm at. I'm an American success story.
Right.
He's right. But since he says it, you know.
For
Again.
sure. Well, yeah, let's go right into the top ranked undercard. So we had some big Ohio fighters on there. Abdullah Mason, I'm gonna keep it all the way, but he fucked my parlay up.
He fucks the parlay up.
He fucked my parlay up. I had him winning by knockout or TKO. You know, he's been on it. What is it, eight knockout streak?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it 8?
It was 8. Was it 8 or 7? Nah, I think it was 8. It was 8.
8 straight knockouts, and when I want to go bet on the knockout on him, he want to go the distance. I mean, he beat him up. I mean, I'm happy for his win. I'm happy
Right.
for his success, but
Financially happy at all.
you know
what
how
you
that
say.
go, man. You know how that goes. So
I watched the whole card except that fight. I didn't see that fight.
yeah, I ain't get to see that fight.
Yeah.
I ain't get to see that fight. I did watch a Big Baby fight.
What about the other one? Hold on, we gotta go to Shushu.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
see Shushu. I seen him
Yeah.
talk. I seen the highlights. So I told you guys I was
Yeah.
I was at my father's anniversary party. So I'm watching highlights, and that when I by the time I got home, I was right in time just to see Jared fight. So go into Shushu. I seen the highlights with him.
Nah, Shushu looked like, you know what I'm saying, like he normally looks sharp. You know, the thing we starting to wonder with him is he gonna get any power? Because he's not stopping anybody. You know what I'm saying? And he don't even look like he's anywhere close to stopping him. That fight was surgical, and he took him the distance. But I mean, it's starting to look like
Is
he
he
can't
physically
bust
mature?
a fruit. Huh?
Is he physically mature, or is he still grown? Has he grown
He's
into
young.
has he grown
Shushu
into his
is-
has he grown into his grown man strength?
Nah, he don't got his grown man strength.
I mean,
but
some people get it early. That's why I asked.
yeah,
you know?
but he's 126 or 122. But people was talking about Shakur didn't have his grown man strength, but Shakur was still knocking shit down. Like people forget the first couple fights, Shakur was knocking shit down. Shushu's not showing any power whatsoever. Like I don't see it. Like you could literally
You
see
know
he
what's-
hits soft when you watch him
Let
fight.
me see. He's technically sound and
Yeah.
fundamentally good enough to generate knockouts by technique, and I'm waiting to see that, just by pure accumulation of punches and just by wearing them down. Well, you have the instant flash power, boom, no, but I'm more worried if I can watch you accumulate 10 punches and 12 punches in a row, and not even daze your opponent. That worries me. That worries me. You know what I mean? And I'm giving the benefit that like he hasn't grown to a grown man strength. He's obviously not gonna stay at 26.
I
He'll
don't
keep
think
moving
he
up.
ever gonna have no
So
power.
I want to see it. Even if you don't have the power, and me and my brothers from Ohio runs box talk about this. If you don't have the power, can I see you set up a knockout? Even if you can't knock him out, like okay, I can't finish the layup, but damn, I keep getting to the rim. Like damn, he always beats his man and gets to the rim. He can't catch, but he's beating the DB by 5 yards.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at shoots like you at least setting it up like, oh wow, oh, wait, that was a beautiful. And then once you get your power, I know it's going to happen. So it's going to come, pause. But I don't even know, son.
I mean, he was doing some crazy shit. Like he was doing 3 jabs to the body, like ducking all the way down, 3 hooks, like 3 straight hooks. I mean, he was doing some cold Brooklyn shit in there. But it's just like, bro, I just wish this man had some pop. You know
One
what I mean?
thing, and I love y'all talking about the power. I mean, and speaking from like a promoter standpoint, that's what they thrive off. Promoters want power, they want action. But if you can't
watch
get,
baseball
if you
for home
can't,
runs.
right, if you can't get the power, we still want to see punishment. Say, I want to see when Floyd fought Canelo. That head was snapping back. I don't care what nobody was saying. Canelo head was snapping back.
facts.
I seen punishment. I seen Floyd really whooping him. You know what I mean? We want to see certain things like that where we can tell what is really going on. You know what I mean? If we don't see really no punishment in your performance, it's gonna be really hard to really keep pushing that and selling that. And shout out. We got a fighter from Cincinnati, my guy. He's silver medal. It's Duke Reagan. Duke really doesn't possess a lot of power. You know what I mean? Like that, really good fighter. But we want to see punishment. We want to see, like you said, get to the rim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least see you get to the rim and try. You know what I'm saying? To make that layup, man. So I think we want to see you trying to establish punishment. You don't always have to get knockouts, and I don't ever want them to put themselves in the position. But we want to see punishment. We want to
You see that with Shushu when he fights? You see him punish his opponents?
I done seen him punish a couple guys. I done seen him punish, but not all the time. You know what I mean? So we got to see consistency. We got to sit there and say, that's a bad boy.
Yeah.
Abdullah Mason is an example. He didn't get a knockout, but we seen punishment.
I think you might be the only one who saw that fight. I saw the whole card except
yeah, he was punishing that guy. Went the distance, but
Why
I
do you
watched
think he could have knocked him out?
who, Abdullah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could have got him out of
See,
there.
that's what I be talking
It's-
about.
but you
wasn't
gotta,
gonna take
but
the
you
That's
gotta,
what I be talking about.
He wasn't
though.
gonna take the
you gotta put
risk.
respect on durability.
Why? Why
when
do
you
you
bet?
think?
Oh.
Yeah, when I bet, they want to. Come on,
No,
man.
Usyk
because
wanna get
because
knockouts all of a
you got to
sudden.
also look at the opponent of who they fighting, because we might, like we said this. Remember, I called this on the show when y'all said Canelo versus Ryder. Y'all had stoppages. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Based on what? Because it was Canelo, or based on Ryder being never stopped before.
We said he was tough though. I admitted he was tough on the show.
Right.
Like Ryder's tough.
I base that
So
shit on
I
Canelo.
based on durability, not your name recognition.
Listen, man, I love that whole Rocky shit. He's so tough. He's durable because he get his ass whipped. Sometimes you're just too stupid to fall. But I love that whole, oh, he's so tough and durable. Nobody want to drive this fucking bucket, but it never stops running. It's still a bucket.
That's how you sell fights, though. I mean,
sell
because
fights. What do you sell fights for?
because
Power?
hold on. Listen to me. I got where you going, but it's like if this guy ain't never been stopped and he got a couple losses, that is gonna make you want to fight him. Look at Broner. Broner still got people that want to fight
Jared
him
Anderson's
because no
opponent
one
last
has
night.
stopped Broner. Yes, he's failed, but who can really say I stopped Broner? That's a sell pitch that will make people still want to fight. Which
Porter, we like that about Porter.
Listen,
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Listen, if you've never seen the movie, you didn't knock me out, Joe. You didn't knock me out, Joe. Great fucking job. You didn't knock me out, Joe. And those are guys you hate fighting in the street. Like, stop it, stupid, you drunk guy. You keep peppering them with jabs. I don't want to hurt you. We in the arena district.
That's when
so
you
sit on
choke
the
'em
corner,
out,
I'm just
though.
tapping
After a
them
while,
with
you gotta
jabs. Like,
choke
yo,
'em,
chill out,
sleep.
chill out. And, you didn't knock me out, though. You can't put me down. Like, all right.
Choke him. You don't want to hear no talking.
So who y'all want to see Abdullah Mason fight in the near future that has a little bit bigger name to start? Well, he's 10-0 now, right? Is it 10-0? Anybody?
What weight is he?
Well, yeah.
135.
I mean, you got the whole mix up there if they
Yeah,
still
it's
there.
135.
When will? Well, he got another 10 fights before he start taking
Hell
credible
You gotta
opponents.
take three or four. I think you start chirping now.
This is a top-ranked fighter, mind you.
Yeah, I think you start chirping now. I think you start calling names and making yes. I think you start saying I want,
He only
whoever.
like 19 though,
Yeah,
ain't he?
I think you start chirping
I want
now.
to say he since
Just turned
he's
20 or
had
something.
6 fights in the last probably like 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start chirping
That's what
now.
Jared Anderson said he trying to do.
You start chirping
6
now.
trying
fights
to
in the
get
last.
in.
He's fought 3 times this year.
Yeah.
Like he's fighting every other month. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. They're running it up so he can reign as a champion. I see what they're doing. Like he's in a perfect position, and
Listen.
he has the right mentors and people in the game to
doing
get
it.
him. I think they're gonna set up a mega fight probably 5 years from now, 6 years from now with Shakur and him. I think that.
Score gonna be 147 by then.
Listen, you
I
doing
mean,
the
I see
right thing.
he's still young.
You're doing the right
He's
thing,
still
keeping the
super young,
19-year-old
and I think,
focused.
huh?
You're doing the right thing because you're keeping the 19-year-old focused. You know what I mean? It's no time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, young man. You just, I made a couple grand. Nah, we ain't buying no car. Get back in the gym. Doing a great job of that. I agree. I agree with Flight. They doing a great job of that. I think you start chirping now. You start chirping, where I'm at, I'm on the heels and so and so. And you keep fighting your caliber opponents. You stay in the progression because you 19. I hate with you like you got the time, right? You just never know when's the time. Right? So you start chirping. You start showing up at these fights. You hear me? You start showing up at these fights. You start being a spectator. You make it available, and you make yourself available. But you keep staying on your path. I think all next year you fight. You keep the same fight pattern and frequency. You know what I mean? You fighting the same pattern and frequency.
Okay.
And then in the next year, you ask for a name.
For sure.
And then next year, you chase down the crews. Like you said, by the time you get up there, you talk your shit now to them, right? Because they all going to be gone. You get up there anyway. They probably going to be gone. You know what I mean? But you talk your shit, and you go up to 35, you know what I mean? You stay there, and you hunt them down, man. If I'm his people, I'm thinking at 24, 23, I want you a big first mega fight, especially if you keep the frequency and the intense and the level of activity that you're doing now. In 4 years, I want you competing with whomever. Let them sort that shit out, and I'm going to beat up who's left.
For sure. What about Big Baby Anderson? What about Jared Anderson? What y'all think about the performance? What do y'all see next?
I love the matchmaking of it. Shout out to Top Ranking, they matchmaking. I think what they did was they got another durable guy to see if he can actually stop him. And he did that, and it builds his confidence up, because when you get a guy like Charles Martin and then you go to distance, you start questioning yourself, especially when he was getting hit with some shots. He was rolling. His defense a little bit better than I normally see. I've seen an improvement in that. And it looks like he wants to get better, and I like seeing that in him. So I was impressed with his performance, and I love the fact that he got the stoppage against a guy who really don't normally get stopped like that. I'm big on durability. I say that all the time.
I co-sign everything. We go with that tough guy shit. I co-sign everything he just said. Yo, he's getting better. He's putting the time in the gym, and the fact that I'm seeing progression and seeing like, oh, you're still working. You know what I mean? You're still working. It was a test fight, again, tough guy, durability. You know what I mean? We'll get the guy come straight at you, whatever. But I like that. Like, oh, that's a new wrinkle. Or not even necessarily a new wrinkle. You're better at this than you were before, which means you're putting the time in. You know what I mean? So
See,
I'm happy.
I look at it like, I understand the matchmaking. It was kind of like Boots' last opponent. You had a runner, then you give him the next opponent. You give him somebody that's tailor-made for them to beat up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thoroughly impressed by Jared Anderson last night.
I was going to say the same thing.
I
seen a lot of,
still
a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, same
So
stuff.
you see no progression at all?
I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say, first of all, it only lasted 5 rounds. I want to see him in the deep waters, because wasn't his last fight 12?
Charles Martin, it went
That
on
was
12.
10, wasn't it?
10 or
10.
Let me ask y'all something, man.
But it still went. We went to
But
decision.
I'm saying is, we start watching him make mistakes in the 5th round against a little bit more experienced fighter. He ended it in the 5th. It didn't. I wasn't impressed from 1 to 5.
No, they gave him a fighter to boost his confidence.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't impressed from 1 to 5, because when fatigue hits in that 5th round and up, that's where you really see the mistakes start to happen. So if he couldn't get him out of there in that 5th round, like I said, I wasn't impressed already. What would have been after that when fatigue starts to set in, and when you noticing the things you're doing isn't necessarily working? Are you going to be able to adjust? That's what I wanted to see. I didn't see it. So I'm not going to say that he didn't better.
Wow,
I don't think he proved last night is
you
that he
bringing
had
fatigue
knockout
in.
power.
I'm bringing a stoppage on durability. And when you are a guy that, when it comes to matchmaking, we look for guys like this to test fighters that we are invested in. When we want that durability, if he got, it's no matter how you talking about the fatigue, I want to see the stoppage if you can stop a guy who's never been stopped. That's impressive. I don't care nobody.
But it's cool.
You want
He was
a
a
durable
punching bag,
heavyweight?
though.
Right.
That's what
he was a punching
He
bag
beat up.
last
We
night.
just wanted to see if you could bust this punching bag. This is an 80-pound
But see,
bag. Can you bust
but
this
here's
bag?
but here's the thing.
Durable heavyweight.
How many times have we seen guys in the ring with guys that's supposed to get knockouts and they don't get it? We keep forgetting these statistics. We see it all the time.
But at worst, we knew it was going to be a 12-0
Yeah,
decision.
we see upsets happening
Like 10-0
all the time
decision.
as well. Matchmaking ain't just because we put somebody in the ring. How many times we seen the guy, the Mauricio Herrera,
Nah,
with
it happens.
5 KOs
What we're
go
saying
the
is-
distance with a guy who can actually punch?
Well, we're saying it wasn't set up for him to prove anything, and it was tailor-made for him to look good. Not saying anything can't happen, but it was a fight meant for him to look good, just like Boots.
Just like Ali Wash, am I correct?
What?
Didn't Ali Wash was in a tailor-made fight where he was supposed to look good against?
No.
Nobody gives a fuck about him, bro.
Who was the dude he fought? Name him.
No, he don't. Nobody know who he is.
right.
But here's my thing.
We don't know. I don't know.
But here's my thing. I just gave credit. You got to listen to me. I just gave credit on Top Rank being one of the best matchmakers in the game.
I believe they are, too.
They avoided Danny again to have this type of fight so they can avoid that. That's what matchmakers do. They leave a certain style and try to get somebody that's right in front of you. Danny wasn't right in front of him. Did you watch that fight? Danny was dancing around him. Danny can box. So you got to get somebody in front of him, which that opponent was. His head was right in front of Ali's chest all night. He was
But
there.
nobody at Top Rank
So
believes
Now
that
we
the
talk
guy
about
that
Anderson.
Jared Anderson
Yeah,
fought.
I was about to say,
Correct
now we
him.
talk about
Okay,
Jared
but that's
Anderson.
the point I'm making is they get another adorable opponent for him to try to boost his
Durable.
confidence up.
Yeah.
Durable.
funny word.
Well, that's the thing about Boots'
Yeah.
opponent.
Hell
Boots'
yeah.
opponent had knockout power, He had 24, 25 knockouts, knocked out a credible fighter, but nobody believed he was tailor-made for Boots to beat up. It was Boots' last fight that
You
he knocked
crazy.
out.
We was saying it was tailor-made. If we
just
was
said
saying that
that.
they was sent. Oh, I'm about to say we was
Yeah,
saying
well,
that they should have
I'm
switched
telling
up.
you, Anderson's opponent was tailor-made for
Oh,
him too,
okay.
though.
Because he
Look good.
but he goes to the
Yeah.
body a lot. So.
But the only thing he proved last night is he could bust a 80-pound bag. Like, he was just a punching bag. Like, okay, how strong are you? That's
If you see-
basically what he proved. You know what I'm saying?
Again,
I got you.
You said the matchmaking thing. The matchmaking thing was to make him look good. Let's put somebody that
Yeah.
he's gonna flash jump off the screen. I don't know, but I don't think anybody cares about durable heavyweights. We want to see power. We want to see, we want to see intensity. We want to see that. The durability, I think, with heavyweight. Nobody, the general public doesn't give a fuck about can this big fat guy or big muscular whatever go 12 rounds. We impressed by it, but we want to see fireworks. We want to see, the Max truck crash. And that's what it was for him. It was an opportunity. We gonna give you opportunity to jump off the screen. We want to give you opportunity to look phenomenal.
I didn't see it.
And that didn't happen. Now, from my standpoint, what I seen was the progression because I'm kind of looking for that. I don't care about the one punch heavy. You're a heavyweight. You should have that power. You know what I mean? They gave him the opportunity to look. Here's a chance.
Was you looking for a one-punch knockout? Is that what you said?
That's what they wanted. They wanted him to jump off the screen. Boom, boom, wow. Highlight reel, let's go. We're gonna push this 6-second clip of him looking, you know what I mean? It didn't happen. You know what I mean? I was looking for the improvements. Let's see what's gonna happen here. You know what I mean? He's gonna be a steady guy, steady pressure. He's gonna be in front of you, whatever. I don't even know if he. Like I said, I looked for the progression because I knew it was what it was. It wasn't no secret to what this fight was. So let me see if you got better. You shown that you put in a little bit of gym time in. You're still not perfect. Still got a lot to go. You know what I mean? And that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get tired of sometimes seeing these great glorified sparring matches.
I mean,
You bring quality sparring guys in for him and say, fuck it, put them on TV.
I saw him be a little more careful, like you said, putting his hand up. But if Top Rank really wanted to give Jared Anderson an opponent, they would give him somebody with them long arms that can punch and a little bit of speed because Jared Anderson still doesn't move his feet to get out the pocket. He leans straight
That's what I was
back.
about to say. He leans back.
That's the reason I was saying he had defensive problems from the beginning. That's why Charles Martin caught him. Like, that's how you know his opponent tailor-made for him to knock out or beat up.
That leaning back shit is just it is a habit, and most of them you have to break. You know what I mean? As a trainer, you have to, because it's obvious to anyone that's paid any attention to boxing. It is truly Achilles heel, a big, huge chink in the armor that very exploitable. And I think, like you said, since they know that the long arm fighter, what you would describe, would expose that, they're keeping them away from that person. And the only time they put you in risk is when their payday is huge. We build you up, I don't give a fuck now because the payday is there. You know what I mean? And
how do y'all feel about Jared Anderson's comments? Because they're trying to make it, he gave a speech after the fight. He was like, I'm just going to be me. I can't be who y'all want me to be. His stance on this is just about money. This is just a business. I don't care about legacy.
Can't do that.
How do you
I
feel
think
about
he
that?
was protect. Sometimes they just say stuff just to be saying out the heat,
He's
off the
23,
emotions, It's a couple of things I didn't question him saying before he even fought Charles Martin. I think the heat is getting to him. They be on these social media platforms. They see what everybody is saying and certain things, and he started to see when people are critiquing him, talking about what things he need to work on that he respect. Now all of a sudden he feel a certain way. I went through this with Montana. I'm going to keep my, I'm going to say, all I have is my word. I can't have it get, you know what I mean? I can't be hanging around you guys and all of a sudden now you look a certain way. I'm just going to protect you and say, oh, no, you this and you that. I'm not actually helping you if I'm trying to protect the things that you need to work on. I think he's doing that sometimes at face value. It's just me and my family. That's all I got to worry about. Like, come on, bro.
Let me say something, man. Let me point this out to you.
Perfed out, like Flight said. He perfect.
Perfect the hell out.
Let me tell you something, man. One, you can't trivialize other people's dream. Nothing's more offensive than trivializing other people's dream. What you do is
Hold on, what's that word you use, bro?
trivialize.
Trivialize. I like that.
Well, you can't trivialize other people's dreams. And
education.
when you're a professional athlete, you're living, getting paid off other people's dream. So when you say it's just a business, it's just this to me, you offend people. Because people will give anything to be in your position. So now it offends you and you alienate them. You know what I mean? First off, I know who talks to these people. Someone has to tap you like Flight taps me all the time and tells me to shut up and slow down, right? You have to be like, yo, do not say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be conscious of what you're putting out in the world, right? I get what you're saying. I don't give a fuck about this shit. This shit business, God. But it's not business to other people. This is their entertainment. This is their money investment.
Roy was super offended.
Yeah,
you could tell Roy was like,
this is
what the fuck are you saying,
This is their investment. People invest in their hard-earned money to see you. This is what they do for entertainment. They worked all week to look forward to it. You not only want to give them the show, but you want to tell them that you appreciate. Like, I appreciate you viewing. I appreciate you so-and-so, right? All the most successful people outside the exceptions that make the rules true, the Floyds, the ones, and those that alienate the crowd, unless you're going to play all the way the villain, you have to play to it. And he got to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world to say, I don't give a fuck. It's a business. Like, it's a business. He don't care.
Yeah.
You know, you want to see the guy be like, listen, I understand. I'm the superstar, but I'm so appreciative to play. You know, Barkley said, man, I get paid millions of dollars to play a child's game, man. I'm so, you know what I mean? You can't do that. People are struggling to get to where you are. For you to lightly dismiss it,
I don't believe him. I feel what Marcus said. I think it's a defense mechanism.
It is a defense
he's
mechanism.
23 years old, man.
Who the fuck is talking to him, though?
Yeah.
You was 23 years old. You was damn near a genius. You was smart enough not to say the wrong fucking thing.
Yeah,
You
maybe
knew,
not, though. I don't know.
You was in school and teach you some dumb shit, but you knew smart enough not to be like, fuck out of here. I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you really have to play the game. I don't know. These people need PR people or just better levels of fucking, I ain't want to say common sense. That's offensive, but better awareness of what you're saying.
And his
You don't
ego,
say
man,
that,
he don't
dog.
want to admit he said some dumb shit,
Say
so he
some
like
dumb shit.
trying to stay with it.
Here we go with
you know
that
what I'm
other
saying?
shit. Niggas not having, again, me and Fly have discussion all the time about people locally, about surrounding yourself with the better people. Don't say that. Like, yo, I don't give a fuck if you, some things you say in private, God. Or you say
Right.
after you make it. You don't be like, Sugar Ray Leonard was the most smiling and I'm so happy to be here, motherfucker. And he was arrogant as shit. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have to
Sometimes,
balance.
man, nigga catch you on the wrong day and the camera in front of
Yeah,
you,
right.
you just like, you know what?
You're right.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm just, whatever it gets said,
Listen, man, you
just
tell
say
them
it.
niggas all the time, always take the picture. You know what I mean? You always gotta, gotta be, you know what I'm saying, a little more cordial because you in the public eye. You know where the fuck you at. You said that shit, nobody give a fuck about the fight. I hear more about the comments. Roy Jones ain't talk about your talent, ain't talk about what you said. They
Check
want
it
apt
out.
to listen to Roy.
That's easy to say, but think about 90s hip hop. If they would have had social media and cameras in front of their face as much as it is now, niggas was saying anything, bro.
Niggas, and we got, don't think about 90. We got dumb motherfuckers that know better.
You said, had what?
We got Black Lives Matter movement don't matter to me. Who said that?
Who said it?
Her bum ass goat is on fucking
Wayne?
yeah, he on fucking late night TV. Was it a major platform?
Man, listen.
I don't care
It's
about
a method. It's a method to a lot. Because, I mean, shit, Black Lives Matter was made by white people.
Yeah, and it was robbed by two women, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
like-
don't got too much
and
respect
man,
for that movement.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Just saying. But we
I
not.
mean, initially it
Well-
might offend people, but it's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
So.
He said that shit because he's an idiot. He ain't say that shit because the
What about
what
when
goes
Floyd
on.
said?
He said that shit. He said that shit
"Oh,
because
they
he's
boy
dumb.
Kai and Gucci."
He said
Yeah.
that
He
shit
said,
because
"Oh."
he's dumb.
Yeah,
Floyd's the villain
yeah.
though. That's Floyd. That's Floyd's
I
level.
said, y'all
That's-
ain't gonna tell me what
Floyd's
I
the
feel
villain.
the same way though,
Floyd's
man.
the villain.
Yeah.
That's Floyd's thing. Floyd's the villain. That's
They
what
said, "Oh, I
he
love it,
playing
I
to
love
that.
it, I love
He
it."
playing to that. He playing. Your favorite MC said this shit because he's an
Here's the
idiot.
thing.
Floyd's a villain. You know what? Floyd. I mean, we
You
know
think
that.
Jared could be that villain? Is it gonna be the big?
He should be the villain. He need to play
Hey,
to
he
it.
working his way up there.
He
by
need to.
sitting there
Yeah,
picking-
at
people-
that
he
point-
a- he
at that
pissed a
point-
lot of people
at-
off
at
with
that
that
point-
shit.
At that point, I sell it now. I beat you up and it ain't personal. It's business.
Yeah.
I beat you up just on the strength.
He
of
better
it.
not- he's
You know what
not
I'm saying?
sweet enough to
He
play
need
that role,
Well, he
though,
might
like,
have to.
know
Because
what I
now,
mean?
listen, if you listen, they say you got to jump ahead of certain things. Right? You gonna embrace the villain, embrace the what was the bum ass thing that played for the Lakers? Andre Bynum or some shit. I just
Andrew
played.
Bynum.
I just played the feed my. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons is like that. I just like the lifestyle
Ben
much more
Simmons
than the
is
game.
straight pussy.
You gotta just
Like,
play. If you gonna play the
Where he
villain,
from? He from Australia or some shit.
Oh, I don't know. Don't give me the
Yeah.
line.
He from Australia, right?
He the type of nigga
Ben
I don't
Simmons.
realize he black.
Man.
He straight pussy.
Well, yeah, man. I don't want to. We shouldn't get too far off topic, but
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, shoot, man. I don't think this was a bad episode, man.
Nah,
Look,
this
niggas got
is-
to get up and walk away. It was on
Yeah.
their phones, you know. We
Yeah.
still
Fuck
got
on
some
that.
good content in, and man,
My
it's
mama
another
said I
day,
look- my mama
beautiful
said I
day
look
in
good
Fight
on
Bookie
TV.
world.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Flight
My
for
mama
getting this
said I look
going.
good
man.
on TV. My mama said I look good on TV. I'm waiting for my 2B roll. You see me looking at the camera. I don't even exist right now.
Don't even. I swear I done looked it in his eye about a few times.
It happened because I ain't got my normal white tee on, man. I went to the store to get a white tee, and I
For
thought
this episode?
I thought I picked out a short sleeve,
I see.
and the shit was a
me
long
tell you
sleeve.
something.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, you
so,
put the glasses on too at the beginning.
man, still I got to.
It's a
like,
habit.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it. Marcus still got the hat on. You know what I mean? We got to stay in
I'm an
character.
action
Yeah,
hero.
right, absolutely.
I'm an action hero. You can start me out with some rapper roles.
But
All the
yeah, man.
independent
What we
movies-
got
let me
coming
say,
up?
Alex, all the independent movies I do, they give me the same thing. I'm either the CEO.
Said what?
I always get the same fucking every little independent movie. It's always the same role. Always the big guy role, right?
Right.
Terrible.
Oh,
Yo,
real
you-
quick before we
yo,
leave,
you the convict. Yo,
and
you
we
the
do
CEO.
got to leave because I got to bang out. But
Shout
y'all
out
know
to
we
Alex
got
for
what we
buying
got
lunch
2
today.
days until, right? We got 48 hours
Until the deadline.
Rematch deadline.
before Spence needs to
They
tell
said
us
he
what
already
the fuck.
activated.
I ain't heard that.
Yeah, I heard he already
I heard
activated.
it. I haven't
but
heard it from anybody credible.
Oh, see, but I heard Showtime ain't really invested into it because they don't know how to sell a rematch.
Let's get money right now. You know what you do? You get in the way, right? This what
They
you
don't
do.
want him to fight.
You get
Espinosa
in the
said he
way.
didn't want him to fight because he got his ass whooped too bad.
You
That's
get in
what
the
I'm saying.
way.
You can't sell a rematch.
You get in the way. This is what Errol Spence does. Errol Spence goes to Showtime like, give me $3 million or exercise my clause. You get in the way. Like I think it was Wilder and Fury's going to fight somebody or something, and I said, you just get in the way. Like you want me to not exercise my clause? Give me $7 million. That's what you do. If I'm Errol Spence, people are like, yo, you about to get a payday. I'm gonna take my rematch clause and slow down everybody's bag. Oh, just give me $3 million and I won't exercise the clause. I'll take a 2-0 fight and then come back around.
I don't
Get
think
money.
he
That's what you
exercised
do.
nothing yet.
That's what you
Yeah.
do. You be like, yo, you're not invested. It's going to have to happen. You're not gonna be able to sell it. Cut your losses. Give me $5 million.
Yeah.
Give me $5 million and I don't exercise the clause and I'll move out the way and let him go chase the next mega fight. You know what I mean? If I'm Crawford's people, I say that. Hey, yo, Earl, no disrespect, take $3 million and get the fuck out the way. I'll double back to you. Like I said, you can come a couple fights, you get the buzz back, and we'll do it again. But right now, nobody want to see that shit, God. Nobody want to see that shit. It might be a regular season-based basketball game where I could watch.
Right.
Maybe the Cavaliers be paying the fucking Raptors. 2 teams I give a fuck about in that fight. But, another fabulous episode, y'all.
For sure. Well,
It's like Alex supposed to buy lunch today. He didn't.
Man, Alex is eating
I'm
fruit.
about to
and
say,
berries.
Alex ain't
is
even
on
bought
some
lunch
other
for
shit,
himself.
I ain't bought
Listen,
lunch
this
for
nigga
myself.
This nigga getting cover model fresh, pause. You hear me? he about to be one of them shirt off, nigga. You heard?
You
Showing
already
his
know.
abs, man, shit crazy. I can't live like this, son.
This
You know
nigga
what I
silly.
mean? I can't live like this. I got to get me a hat or something. Keep up with Marcus, man. Flight making millions of dollars, investment properties. Here I am selling crack and living in pissy hallways. It's crazy.
Hey, we don't do that. We don't. Nobody here does. We all legit fight bookies.
That's what we call crack sauce, son. It's the food. Yeah, I think it's just bugging. Everybody got their mind together, son. I love all of y'all, God, man. Another great episode, man. I'm happy
You
to be
already
here.
know.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We'll tap in next week. We'll have the video back popping. We appreciate everybody.
Next week, Alex with a fresh, brand new white
For sure,
tee,
for
son.
sure.
The trademark is crazy. The hat's gonna be here. It's gonna be wild, son. You got to see it, go.
All that. We holla at y'all.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Yep.